Hey, would you mind if I recorded the audio from our talk? Just the audio? Would that be all right with you?
The audio of us
Yes.
conversing?
Yes, is that okay?
For what reasons, though?
I'm sort of working on like a video project, and I wanted to interview strangers, and that's the whole thing. So I just wanted to record the
Go,
audio and post it on my
go
YouTube
ahead,
channel.
buddy.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Go ahead.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions as well? I have some questions written down on
Please
a
go
piece of
ahead.
paper.
I'd love to. I think this is by far the most interesting conversation on Omegle
Oh, see,
for a first time Omegle person. I was going to quit because I saw a lot of penises and I thought this was not a good forum to meet people from other parts of the world.
it's not a good
But
forum.
here I am.
I actually think I think the world would be a better place if this site shut down, honestly. But in the
Okay.
meantime,
All right. Go ahead.
okay.
Shoot your questions. I'm very curious.
Well, I mean, already, my first question is, what are you looking for here? Which I'm guessing for you would be to meet people. Is that right? Just from around the world?
So let me tell you exactly what happened. So I'm a musician, a performing musician, as well as a piano teacher.
Right.
So I noticed on the settings of Omegle that you could basically choose some of your fields of interest. So I had mentioned music, and I was hoping to meet musicians from other parts of the world.
Oh, that's neat. So you're just on here to talk about music with other people. Is that right?
Yeah, probably Jam. I wanted to find out if Omegle is on real time because due to the pandemic, people from my own country, people I play with, since they live in different cities, we found out that using softwares like Zoom and
Mm-hmm.
Skype, we were able to do some kind of a rehearsal because the audio was on real time, and I
Right.
wanted to see if it was the same on Omegle as well.
Oh, I hope you find. I'm sorry, I'm not a musician, or else I would jam
Hey,
with
no
you.
problem,
I
buddy.
would. So
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
oh no, uh, yeah, sorry. So my other question would be, I'm really just trying to have conversations with people, I suppose, or that's the idea. And I was wondering, what do you
Right.
look for in a conversation with another person? Like, what makes a conversation for you?
I think talking about how their days come along,
Okay.
their routine probably, and what they do, and probably what they look forward to in the field that they are pursuing at the moment.
Okay. So, well, how has your day been? Let's start there then.
Oh, great! My day has been good. So I teach music in a school, and all of the teaching has been online so far.
Yeah.
So
How does that differ
my
from?
day started out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but how does that differ
No
than?
problem, no problem.
How does that differ than from normally how you would teach music?
So one of the things that I miss the most about teaching music physically is the fact that when I have a beginner student, somebody who has never played a piano before, it becomes easier for me to explain how to play or place their fingers on certain keys as
Right.
opposed to teaching them online. But otherwise, I do enjoy online teaching since at least March because believe it or not, if the first lesson as part of my school is at 8 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I wake up at 7:30 a.m. and that's it. I just have
You're
to
there.
take a shower, get my quick breakfast, sit down, and get started for the day. So I
That's
avoid
kind of the
travel
dream,
time.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. I've actually been enjoying, but at the same time, a lot of my colleagues have lost their jobs. People from other streams of music, like most of my friends, were into live sound and live music,
Right.
so that's taken a hit.
That's a rough time to be a musician. I bet like this
Right,
concerts
right,
would be such a mess to try and do right now. And any way that would be safe, probably it's not practical to even try. But
right.
yeah, that's it's rough.
But things have opened up. Things have
Really.
opened up. Believe it or not, I played a gig last month with my band,
Right.
and there was no social distancing absolutely whatsoever.
Ooh.
It was crazy. They were supposed to have limited seating,
Right.
but since it happened at a pub, people just barged in, and there was, it was the other way around. None of the guests or audience were wearing masks,
Ugh.
and we were wearing masks and performing on stage. So it was kind of a
Yeah,
Parity.
it's that sounds rough. I'm sorry to hear that. Although maybe they just, they heard you out on the street and everyone, said, "Hey,
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
yeah."
And very unfortunately, our singer tested positive for COVID
Oh no.
after a couple of days.
That sucks.
I
That
think
really
he had
sucks.
a, yeah, yeah, probably blame his immunity. But anyway,
Yeah. Well,
can't really say much.
that sort of is a testament to how good of musicians you guys are, though. I suppose if you could just, get people to completely ignore a pandemic because they just really want to hear what you have to say, what you're playing.
That's
That's
right.
that's sort of. I
Thank you.
mean,
Thanks for saying that. But that's also mainly because the show we played was a tribute to a band called The Doors.
oh, the Doors, right? Yeah, that's
Yes. So
interesting.
we actually played a tribute to The Doors, and the city where I come from in India, our band is quite popular for tribute concerts to The Doors.
That's
So
cool.
people always show up. There's a set of fans who always show up for the shows
That's
and
actually
support us.
that's really awesome. Actually, that's incredible. I think I really like that idea. Are the Doors very popular in India right now, or?
Not right now. I think they've been popular for a while. So one of the things is India has a great fan base for rock music as well as heavy metal music.
Hmm,
It's crazy. It's really crazy. In 2008, we had Iron Maiden come down to India, and that was one of the biggest concerts. People went mad.
that's
It was
amazing.
wild.
Yeah, no, it sounds. I mean,
Yeah.
I figured that any Iron Maiden concert would be wild on its own, but sure, that
Yeah.
sounds awesome. What instrument do you play? I've been meaning to ask you that for a little bit.
I play the piano and keyboards.
Okay, so who's your influence when it comes to music? How did who were you listening to growing up that was like, yeah, I want to touch that ivory.
Uh,
I want to get in on that.
so I started out as a keyboard player, and my first influence was an organ player, John Lord from the band Deep Purple.
Okay.
And Deep Purple is this super rock band, and I really enjoyed how they incorporated keyboards into rock music, and that's something that caught my attention.
Hmm.
And later, I switched over to piano to learn some advanced techniques.
That's cool.
That's what happened.
I guess the more I think about it, when I think about rock music, I mean, usually people are thinking about the electric guitar, heavy bass, and you got, the percussion going
Exactly.
at it. But I guess like keyboard is a certain, part of that. I guess it's usually
That,
sort of more the harmony than the melody in certain songs.
that's
But
right. That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
so that's very interesting though. So who's your favorite artist now? Or is it the Doors?
Now, so I listen to a lot of jazz and rock fusion music.
Okay.
I'm not really a great fan of the Doors, but we do it for the audience.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I don't like Doors, but it's not something that I listen to. I listen to. I mean, off late I've been hooked to a project called Tribal Tech.
Okay.
They're a super jazz rock fusion group.
Oh, I'll have to check them out. That does sound interesting.
Yes, what do you listen to?
Me, it depends on what mood I'm in. Recently, I've been listening to Paul Simon's Graceland album, and that's sort of been what I've been playing on repeat. So that's sort of my jam right
Okay,
now. So not exactly rock
nice.
and roll, but it's sort of like a folk pop sort of thing, like he does. Although that album's very much kind of world music, because he went to I believe South Africa and made a bunch of songs with musicians and vocalists and artists down there, and then kind of incorporated his music into it. And it's now one of my favorite albums. So, yeah,
Okay, great. Where are you from,
I'm from the
if
United
I may ask?
States. Yeah.
Where in the United States?
Oh, I'm from Arkansas. It's just a little state right in the
Okay,
middle of it. It's not that popular, but
okay,
it's
okay,
here. Yeah.
okay.
What part of India are you from? You are from India, correct?
Uh, I'm from India. I'm from the south, and I currently live in a city called Bangalore.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's very interesting. I've said the word
Yeah,
interesting a lot in our conversation. Sorry
that's
about
right.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have a lot of relatives who live across the United States,
Really? Are they
including my
also
own sister.
musicians
Yeah.
or?
No, not really, not really. So my sister lives in Boston,
Okay.
in Massachusetts, and she's into business.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband is a research faculty in the Harvard University,
Oh, cool. That's
and
awesome.
yeah, and I'm quite a few others. There's some people living in New Jersey, some of them in New York, some even in New Orleans.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
love to visit that place someday,
New
the
Orleans?
birthplace of jazz.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Down in the bayou. Enjoy some of that Cajun culture and yeah, the
right.
great jazz down there. Yeah. Would you ever want to play a concert down in New Orleans with your band?
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah.
That would be a dream come true.
Well, I bet you will someday. I do. I think so.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
No
You
problem.
made my day.
I I haven't said much, but I'm happy to hear that. You know.